Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do this whipped running stitch. Now it's a really easy and fun stitch. It's great for beginners and kids of any level, and I actually love doing it too. So let's begin. The first thing you need when you're going to do your whipped running stitch is you're going to need to do a line of running stitches. Now if you're not too sure how to do a running stitch, just go to my YouTube running stitch tutorial and you'll learn what to do. Okay, so here's our line of running stitches. Okay, and what you need is a threaded needle. So I've got the knot in the end. I'm using this Orifle embroidery thread, but you can use any thread or wool that you want to use. So let's start. Okay, I'm going to take my needle to the back and I'm going to bring my needle up just close to the running stitch. Okay, now you're going to need to push the needle underneath the first stitch. Now most people use the pointy part of the needle, but I found when I'm teaching kids that it's easier to use the eye or the blunt part of the needle. If you use the pointy part, for kids often they just push the needle back through the fabric and you don't want that. So easier to use the blunt end of the needle, and you're just going to push it underneath your first stitch. And I'm going to keep on doing pushing my needle under the stitches, and as you can see, I'm going always from the same direction. I'm going from, let's call this the top part, to the bottom. And I'm not going to the back, I'm just putting the needle under the stitch. Always going for the same direction. You can go in different directions, but just for this example, I'm just going from the top. Now I've got to the end. If you wanted to, you could just leave it like that and finish, but I'm going to show you what happens when I go back. You could also change the color of your thread if you wanted. So I'm going again, I'm just going in the same direction from the top to the bottom. You can pull your thread a bit tighter if you want, leave it a bit looser. Okay, and there we're going to the last stitch. And we've done that. Now if you wanted to, you could keep on going and doing the same stitch over again with a different color, and you just get different effects. Now I'm just going to show you again here a slightly different way of doing your whipped running stitch. Again, I've got threaded needle. I'm pushing my needle right near the running stitch. Now this time, instead of using my needle, I'm going to go down. Instead of going always in the same direction, which was before this way, I'm going to do it more, what is like this little curve. So up and down and up, down. So it just will give a different effect. Okay, now I'm back at the end here. So you can see this is more like a curvy line. I'm going to go back again in the same way. I'm just going to go in different directions, just like I did. And this sort of tends to look more like you get these little circles this way. Again, if you wanted to, you could change the color when you came back. And there we go. And this is just a different way. You can just use the running stitch, the whipped running stitch in whatever way you want. I've got sort of different examples here where I've just changed the color to different things. So anything goes in the whipped running stitch. If you have any examples you want to show me, please let me know. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, I'm Trixie Simons. You can find me at my blog Sew with Softy, or over on Instagram at Sew with Softy. And if you like the tutorial, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. See you next video.